पूर्वतनवर्गे अकस्सवर्णे दीर्घ इति विषये चर्चा अभवत्। अनन्तरं गृहकार्यमासीत्। बहुभिः जनैः युष्माभिः गृहकार्यम् उत्तरपत्रं प्रेषितं। तत् अकस्सवर्णे दीर्घात् सुलभतमः सन्धि इति मन्येऽहम्। Right, it is the easiest one. Any question? Only thing here I found कश्चन जनैः आत्मा अनात्मा इति इत्यत्र कश्चित् भ्रमः वर्तते। तत्र कथं भवति अस्य सन्धिच्छेदनम्?
आत्मा योग अनात्मा।
आत्मा आत्मा आत्मा
आत्मा योग अनात्मा।
आत्मा प्लस आत्मा।
आत्मा प्लस अनात्मा। आत्मा प्लस आत्मा, आत्मा प्लस अनात्मा।
Okay, I got it wrong.
No, कुत्रचित् मया दृष्टम् उत्तरपत्रिकायाम् आत्मान प्लस आत्मा इति। आत्मान प्लस आत्मा। तथापि नियमः तु सम्यक् एव, आत्मान प्लस आत्मा इति। परन्तु तथा आत्मान इत्युक्ते अर्थः कः इति अपि चिन्तनीयं भवति। आत्मान इत्युक्ते अर्थः कः तस्य? आत्मान तस्य अर्थः प्रायेण न भवति। आत्मा प्लस अनात्मा इति छेदनं कर्तव्यम्। भगिनी किम्?
16th one, Dhyayayativa.
Sorry, I can't hear. Anybody, if they can hear, Bhagini, please repeat.
She asked about the 16th one.
16th?
Yeah, Dhyayayativa.
Dhyayati plus Iva.
Dhyayati
plus Iva.
Should I zoom it in a little bit? Yeah. Dhyayati plus Iva. Dhyayati Iva. अस्य वाक्यप्रयोगं करोतु। ध्यायति इव। किं भवति वाक्ये? Anybody?
Meaning is Mahoday, meaning is concentrate. Dhyayativa.
Dhyayati iva.
Is the meaning is a concentration, concentrate.
Dhyayati meaning is concentrate. Somebody concentrates. Dhyayati iva. What is iva?
Like.
Like. I'm
thinking of a heron. I'm not getting the word right now in Sanskrit for heron. Heron, Dhyayati iva. Heron. It's a kind of a crane that stands on one leg. And it waits very patiently for the fish to come. So, heron dhyayativa tishtati. Let me just find the word for heron.
सामान्यतः बक इति वक्तुं शक्यते।
बकः ध्यायतीव तिष्ठति।
सम्यक् सम्यक् बकः ध्यायति इव तिष्ठति
Translate. He is sitting silently.
Standing. Tishtati. Standing.
Sitting.
Standing.
He is sitting. How to translate? Sitting. I want sitting.
Yeah, I think you can make it. You know the word for sitting or not?
Peacefully, like a dhyati.
What is the word for sitting?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be knowing it, right?
Not remembering.
No? Okay.
Upavishati.
Saha upavishati. Like
Iva.
Silently, peacefully. He is Saha upavishati idrisham dhyati.
Dhyayati iva. Dhyayati iva. Iva means idrusham eva. Iva means like.
Like.
Idrusham is not avashakam. Idrusham is not necessary, right? Iva is already there.
Acha.
Saha dhyayati iva upavishati.
किन्तु सः निद्रामेव करोति.
So, I hope everybody understood the joke.
No, Mahoday. What joke?
Meenakshi Bhagini just turned it. Panavattu Bhagini.
सः ध्यायतीव उपविशति किन्तु निद्राम् एव करोति.
Right.
Okay, got it.
What is the word for joke?
Yes, sir. Anybody? What's the word for joke?
Tamasha.
He was sitting very concentratedly, but fell asleep.
Yeah, but he's asking what is the Sanskrit word for joke?
विनोदकनिका.
विनोदकनिका इति उक्तं प्रहसनं.
विनोद.
परिहासं करोति.
परिहसनं प्रहसनम्. अस्तु अग्रे. So what we are looking at the sutrani.
Sorry, in the homework I got 2-3 doubts. 2-3 words I didn't get in the homework. Can I ask you?
Yes. Now is the time.
The 9th one, idi plus idam. I written ididam. Is it correct? Iti plus idam is equal to itidam.
किं भवति जय महोदय? इति प्लस इदं. नंबर 9.
इतीदम्.
सूत्रं किं करोति? अत्र सूत्रेण किं भवति? सूत्रस्य अत्र प्रक्रिया कथं भवति? इति प्लस इदं. So what is iti plus idam?
Sutrasya prakriyam, if I see, I am getting ididam, but the word ididam, something I feel odd. That's what I asked.
No, why is it odd? Itidam. Right? Sutrasya prakriyam is itidam. There is no other sutra coming.
I got ididam. I written ididam. I want to just confirm.
Itidam is right.
Okay, very good. Second one. Api plus iha, apiha or apiha?
Dirgha.
Apiha. Okay. Then gacchati plus idi, gacchati idi.
Gachatiti.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Gacchati iti.
Okay. Then Satvamsha is equal to Sat plus Amsha.
Where is that?
That
Next
is the next bhagam, fourth one.
Satvamsha.
Sattvam. Sat plus Amsha, but that's what it.
किं भवति अत्र? सत्त्व प्लस अंश.
Sattva plus Amsha. Okay. Sattva plus Amsha.
Sattva plus अंश.
Then one more is there. Jivatma. Jiva plus Atma.
Yes.
Okay. That's all, sir.
Okay.
Sir, one more, sir. Gitasu Upanishatasu. Gitasu Upanishatasu. Gita plus Upanishatsu. Is it correct?
Gitasu.
Yeah. Gitasu Upanishatsu.
First one is Gitasu.
Gitasu. Okay. Plus Upanishatsu. Okay. Thank you.
गीतासु उपनिषत्सु. अस्य अर्थः कः? गीतासु उपनिषत्सु.
The Upanishads contained in Gita. Gitasu is Saptami Vibhakti.
Yeah. Vachanam.
Bahuvachanam.
Yeah. No. Correct. Okay. Yeah, if that is known, you would know the meaning. Right? Gitasu means Bahuvachanam. Bahuvachanam Saptami Bhakti. Upanishatsu is also Saptami Bahuvachanam.
Okay.
Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Prathamodhyayah.
This means in Gita and also in Upanishad.
So that is the line added at the end of every Bhagavad Gita chapter.
It is an incomplete expression.
Yeah, so there the Bhagavad Gita is assumed to be one of the Upanishads or equivalent to Upanishads. Okay, now Adra Sandhi. So what we have studied so far, Purvam Iko Yanachi Echo Yava Yavaha Adgunaha Ruddhirechi Akhasavarne Dirgha iti Achsandhi Prakaranasya Mukhya Sutrani Santi. Pramukha Sutrani. Tanena एभिः सूत्रैः किं भवति अत्र? इदानीं मीनाक्षी भगिनी किञ्चित् वक्तुमिच्छति चेत् इको यणचि एचो यवायवः एतेषां सूत्राणां कार्यं कथं भवति?
इको यणाचि सूत्रं पश्यामः चेत् पूर्वपदस्य अन्ते इक् वर्णः स्थितं भवितुम् अर्हति। परवर्णस्य आरम्भे अचुवर्णः सवर्ण अचुवर्णः उपस्थिता अस्ति चेत् आदेशः यन् प्रत्याहारस्य वर्णः आदेशः भवति।
पूर्ववर्णः किं भवेत्? कः भवेत्? पूर्ववर्णः इक्
वर्णः पूर्वपदान्ते इक् वर्णः
इत्युक्ते पूर्ववर्णः एव। सन्धिकारे पूर्ववर्णः इक् अनन्तरं
उत्तरपदस्य आरम्भे अच् सावर्ण्य अच् वर्णः अस्ति चेत् सावर्ण्यमेव वक्तुं शक्नोति प्रायशः।
सावर्ण्यं न असवर्ण असवर्ण
क्षम्यताम् असवर्णः अस्ति चेत् आम् आम् सावर्ण्यम् अस्ति चेत् दीर्घः भवति क्षम्यताम् असवर्णः वर्णः अच् वर्णः अस्ति चेत्
तर्हि
यन् प्रत्याहारस्य वर्णः आदेशः भवति परवर्णस्य स्थाने यन् प्रत्याहारस्य वर्णः आदेशः भवति।
न पूर्ववर्णस्थाने।
उदाहरणं पश्यन्तु। उदाहरणं किं भवति? इति अपि
आमाम् इक् स्थाने
इति अत्र किं भवति? त प्लस् इ अत्र पूर्ववर्णः इकारः परवर्णः अकारः अत्र इको यणचि कस्य स्थाने?
इकारस्य स्थाने यकारः आगच्छति।
यकारः आगच्छति तर्हि इत्यपि भवति। Lakshmikant Mahodaya. So that's why we have written here minus savarna. Minus savarna से अर्थः कः? Lakshmikant Mahodaya. Yeah, this was your question last time. What? So just to go through this again. Minus savarna. Why did we write minus? This is minus, not dash. Ach minus savarna. Did you get the meaning? Why it's written like that? Mahoday?
I am not getting.
Yeah, she said, so, Punah Ekavaram, Meenakshi Bhagini. Can you explain this a little bit? Ach minus savarna.
संस्कृते वदामि वा?
संस्कृतेन वदतु पश्यामि। लक्ष्मीकान्त महोदय प्रश्नं करोति अनन्तरं।
पूर्वपदस्य अन्त्यवर्णम् इक् वर्णम् उत्तरपदस्य आरम्भवर्णम् अच् वर्णम् अच् वर्णं शुड् बि डिफरेंट भिन्नः अच् वर्णम् पूर्वपदान्तस्य वर्णस्य भिन्नः अच् वर्णम् उत्तरपदे आरम्भे अस्ति चेत् पूर्वपदस्य इक् वर्णस्य स्थाने यन् प्रत्याहारस्य वर्णः आदेशः भवति।
लक्ष्मीकान्त महोदय, सो फर्स्ट स्टेप इज पूर्ववर्णः, तो पूर्वपदस्य अन्तिमवर्णः इक् प्रत्याहारस्य कश्चित् वर्णः भवेत्। So is that clear, that part? For example, iti api. In this case, what is the purva varna?
E.
E, because at the end of iti there is e. And paravarna kaha means the second letter a. So what this iko yanachi is saying, ikaha yan achi, there is ach here, achi. So what is the meaning of ach? What is the meaning of ach?
Ach is also a pratyahara and includes all the vowels, swaraha.
So Lakshmikant, that is important, right? That is the first step to understand what is ach. Ach is generally see, broadly we can remember, like ach means starting from a to ach. These are all the swaras, all the vowels. A, I, U, Ru, E, O, I, O, everything, all the swaras are ach. So that is the basic thing we can remember. Then there are inside that there are more, but at the higher level, broad level, A to Cha is all the swaras. Okay, that is number one. So what this Sandhi is saying, Ikoyanachi, Purvarna, any of the ik, ik also is there, right? There is also ik in this. Where is ik here? I, U, Ru, Ru. I. And ach is all this from here to here. So Purva Varnaha ik bhavet. Ik means I, U or Ru, Ru. So one of these four. Paravarna can be any of this A to Cha. Any swara. Okay?
Yeah.
That is what the Sandhi Sutra is saying. Where is that Sandhi Sutra? Where is the Sandhi Sutra is saying? However, so what this says, Sandhi, sorry. What this Sandhi says is, Purvarna could be any of the four, I, U, U or U. And Paravarna can be any of the swara, starting from A to Au. Then, in the Purvarnasya sthane, Yan Pratyaharasya Kaschit Varnaha Adesha Bhavati. So, in the Ikarasya sthane Ya Bhavati, Ukarasya sthane Va Adesha Bhavati, Vikarasya sthane Refa Adesha, Vikarasya sthane Lakarasya Adesha. Okay?
Got it.
However,
But Savarna means what? Savarna.
Now the next step. However, this sutra is not applicable when the Paravarna, the second letter is Savarna. Savarna means same letter as this letter, first letter. Savarna. Paravarna means same letter, right?
Okay.
So, if the Purvarna is E and Paravarna is also E, second letter is also E, then they are Savarna. Both are same. Then in that case, this Yan, this Yara Lava Adeshana Bhavati. In that case, what happens? Akasavani Dirgha. This comes into picture. This other sutra. So in this, if the Purvana is E, second letter E, then it becomes Dirgha. That we saw. Dhyayati plus Iva. Dhyayati Iva. Right? So in that case, Purvana was E, Paravana is E. So it becomes Dhyayati Iva. Dirgha. So in that case, Ikoyanichi did not work. Though this Ikoyanichi...
It cannot go in Vruddhirechi.
No, Vruddhirechi also won't go. Vruddhirechi is different. Right? Vruddhirechi, Purvana is A. That is a totally different.
Okay.
Now here, Iti Dhyayati Iva. In Dhyayati Iva, last letter is E. Right? In Dhyayati, last letter is E. And Iva, the first letter is also E. In that case, Ikoyanichi should work technically, right? Because the Purva letter is E and the Para letter is one of the Ach. It is a Swara. However, this Akasavani Dirgha is coming into picture as an exception to Ikoyanichi. Ikoyanichi doesn't work, is nullified. So in its place, in the place of the Ikoyanichi, this Akasavani Dirgha will do its work. Okay. What is Akasavani Dirgha saying? It is saying Purva letter is A, I, U, Ru, Ru. So Purva letter is E and Para letter is Savarna, because it says Savarne, Dirgha. Savarna means again it should be same as A, I, U, Ru. In that case, Dirgha Adesha Bhavati. Dirgha letter of the same kind. So because this is a E, Dhyayati Iva, the Dirgha letter comes. Adesha. In that case, Ikoyanichi doesn't work. So to indicate that, we have written here minus Savarna. Okay? The second letter should not be the same as the first letter. of E. It could be any other swara. Okay.
Got it.
Then the next one, echo yavayavaha. Atra kim bhavati bhagini Meenakshi.
एचो यवा यावः सूत्रस्य विश्लेषणमस्ति एचः ऐ अव् आय् आवः पूर्वपदस्य अन्ते एच् प्रत्याहारस्य वर्णम् अस्ति चेत् उत्तरपदस्य आरम्भे अच् वर्णः अस्ति चेत् ऐ अव् आय् आव् आदेशः भवति पूर्वपदान्ते स्थाने ऐ अव् आय् आव् आदेशः भवति उदाहरणं दातव्यं किम्
उदाहरणम् एचो यवायावः उदाहरणं किं महोदय आविष्कार भगिनी उदाहरणं किम्
one example that I can think of is the vagatha viva. Vagatha viva.
वागर्थौ इव पूर्ववर्णः कः
पूर्ववर्णः औ अस्ति परवर्णः इ अस्ति इकार
इ अपि अच् प्रत्याहारे अन्तर्गतः वर्णः कः आदेशः
औ अस्ति तर्हि आव् इति आदेशः भवति
औ स्थाने आव् आदेशः भवति ए अस्ति चेत् ऐ ओ अस्ति चेत् औ ऐ अस्ति चेत् ऐ औ स्थाने आव्
भवन भो प्लस भवन भो प्लस अन
भवन that is within the pada. Okay. वागर्थव्यो वागर्थाविव बहूनि सन्ति यथा विष्णो इव विष्णो विष्णौ इह इह anything you can take. So any question on echo yava yava anybody? No? Okay, next. Ad gunah.
पूर्वपदस्य अन्ते ह्रस्वं वा दीर्घं वा अकारं उत्तरपदस्य आरम्भे अच् वर्णः here I am not sure if
उदाहरणं किम् so this part we'll see later for first आदौ आद् गुणः अत्र आत् इत्युक्ते अकार आकारयोः पञ्चमी विभक्ति आद् पूर्ववर्णः आत् आ अकार आकारः अनन्तरं परवर्णः कश्चित् अच् वर्णः कश्चित् स्वरः again this कश्चित् स्वरः means o to au any swara. So this is again a broad category, right? A plus ach. Then what this says, आदेश कस्य आदेश भवति ए ओ गुणवर्णस्य आदेश भवति गुणवर्णः इत्युक्ते
ए ओ औ
गुणवर्णः
ए ओ
ए ओ अदेङ्गुणः ओके सो उदाहरणम् अत्र सुरेश महोदय उदाहरणं
सर्व प्लस अपि महोदय
हम्म
सर्व प्लस अपि
सर्व plus api it is there, it is the example for a plus ach, that is correct, but in this case this akasavani dirgha comes into picture, so it will override this with sarva api bhavati. That is why we are writing here ak only. If it is savarna then
a plus ika eka
a plus ika. What do you want to do? You can use your name Sura plus Isha, Suresha. So Sura plus Isha. अत्र पूर्ववर्णः अकारः परवर्णः ईकारः. इदानीं पूर्ववर्णः अत्र अस्ति, परवर्णः दीर्घ ईकारः. Now this paravarna dirgha ikara and purvarna akara is not matching any of the other sutra, right? So we can apply this adgunah. So here adgunah is saying that आदेश भवति. कस्य आदेश भवति? एकारस्य. कथम एकारस्य आदेशः? कस्य स्थाने भवति एकारस्य आदेशः?
पूर्वपरवर्णस्थाने
पूर्वपरयोः स्थाने उभयोः स्थाने एकारः. एकारे किमर्थम्? It is similar to and e, both similar to and e भवति. कण्ठतालु. Now other example
maha plus udaya mahodaya.
Maha plus udaya.
Here it is replacing both a and e.
Yes, both. Yeah, both. Any question?
No, I was just asking that. But in the sutram, how will we make out that? Does the sutram clarify that it has to be both? Is it there?
Yeah. Sutrasya, if you look at the sutrasya anuvrittihi, there it comes purva parayoh sthane. Look like 6187. Adgunah. You see, eka purva parayoh adhikara. So anuvritti saitam ad achi purva parayoh ekah ganah. You can see it clearly. Okay.
What is
Maha?
Arrow ik. What is this?
So yeah, we'll come to that because that is an exclusion here. So just like in this eco energy, the paravarna asti ach, it could be any, and then because akasavani dirgha has to come into picture, we subtracted savarna there. Similarly, here also there is ach. Ach means any swara, right? Any swara, but obviously any swara cannot be applicable. This adguna cannot be applied to any swara because we have situations like sarva plus atma, sarvatma. Right? In that case, akasavani dirgha comes into picture. Right? So those have to be excluded in this case. So and we'll see vruddhirechi there. Vruddhirechi also is coming as an exception to adguna, right? Because what is vruddhirechi saying? Vruddhirechi.
वृद्धिः एचि कार्य होने पर वृद्धिः भवति.
पूर्ववर्णः कः भवेत्?
पूर्ववर्णः अकारं दीर्घ ह्रस्व अकारं
कथम् आदेव अत्रापि भवति आद् वृद्धिरेचि
अनुवृत्ति आद् अस्ति
आद् वृद्धिरेचि अकार अकार पूर्ववर्णः अनन्तरं परवर्णः एच्. Now H is going to take away that H part from Ach, right? H is a subset of Ach. H pratyara Ach pratyarasya antarbhagah. So iti karanat, so if you take out H from Ach, what remains there? Where is H here? H. What remains there?
Ak is remaining.
No, not ak, right?
Ak is remaining.
Sorry, ak.
Ak remains there. So here we are writing, so this ad guna is applicable to only ak. Purvarna can be only ak because we are taking out ach from there. Understood, Lakshmikant Mohoday?
Understood.
Yeah. Now Purvarna, if it is ak, then it will change to ik. Yeah? No, sorry, not ik. Purvarna has to be ak. This is the first step because H is we take out H from ach, then remains ak. Then akasavani dirgha is also there, right? So in ak, what is there?
Akaram asti.
Akara, ikara, ukara, so all these are there. But akasavani dirgha, in that case, even this cannot be applied. Cannot be second letter. A is the first letter in the adgunaha, and the second letter cannot be H, so this is gone. But and akasavani dirgha says second letter cannot be savarna. Savarna is akara. So this akara cannot be second letter. So what is remaining now? Only ik. Only ik remains if you take out a also. So that is, yeah. So now it is written first stage. If you take out H, ak remains. Then if you take out savarna, only ik remains. So this adguna ultimately at the end of all these sutras, it is applicable to only ik as the paravarna. Purvarna can be or a, and paravarna ik varna ik pratyaharasya varna bhavet. In that case, purva parayoh sthane ekara okara akara etesham adeshah bhavati. Sura Isha, Suresha, Maha Isha, Mahesha. The other one, what to give? The other one? Another one, another example was there, right? Somebody said.
Mahaudaya.
No, Mahaudaya, Mahodaya. Mahaudaya, Mahodaya. Surya Udaya, Surya Udaya.
Sura Pratindra, Surendra.
Surendriya. Now, the other next thing we saw is the Rukara. Rukarasya. Ik also has a Ru and Lu also. So, some examples we saw. Like, for example, what was the example we saw? Akara Purvam and Rukara Paravaranaha.
Maharshi.
Maha plus Rishi. Maharshi. Katham Maharshi bhavat? सूत्रस्य प्रक्रिया का भवति अत्र? आश्का भगिनी किं भवति? A plus
ru will give us a, and then we have to apply uran raparaha, we will have the rakara.
Correct. The pratamam sopanamatra adgunaha. So in case of A plus Ru, the closest guna letter is A. Yeah? The closest A. So Maha plus Rishihi, in this case Mah plus A plus Rishihi plus Upayostane, only this comes plus. Mah plus A plus Rishi when we apply Adgunaha. Now, so there is another Paribhasha Sutram. It kim bhavati Uranraparaha. Uranraparaha, Uran kim bhavati vadanim?
Ru changes to ar. Ru changes to ar.
Ha. Ru changes to ar. Correct?
And what about al? Al example.
Al example. Kim bhavati? There's one example. One second. Anybody remember all?
Tavalkaraha.
Tavalkaraha. Another problem here. Kim bhavati atra? Taval?
Tavalri.
Tava plus Lakaraha.
Plus Shaparaha becomes Laparaha.
Becomes Laparaha. Okay. Ruddhirechi. Atra kim bhavati?
Shaparaha.
वृद्धिरेचि पूर्ववर्णः कः?
अकार।
परवर्णः एच् ए ओ ऐ औ। तो तत्र किं भवति? आदेशः कः भवति?
दीर्घ भवति।
उदाहरणम् उदाहरणम्
एकम्
अनन्तरम् अन्यत् उदाहरणम् only one.
गंगा ओघ
गंगा प्लस ओघ गंगा ओघ
मत प्लस ऐक्यम मतैक्यम
मत प्लस ऐक्यम मतैक्यम
महा प्लस औषधि
महाऔषधि
महा प्लस औत्सुक्यम औत्सुक्यम औत्सुक्यम
अस्तु इदानीं अग्रिमं कानिचन अपवादानि सन्ति केचन अपवादाः सन्ति अत्र प्रथमं दृष्टम् अस्माभिः एङि पररूपं पूर्वं पश्यामः एङि पररूपं किं भवति अत्र उदाहरणम् एङि पररूपम् इत्युक्ते किम् So there are some additional sutras needed here. Just by looking at Engi Pararupam, it is not clear actually. So Engi Pararupam, if you look 6.194, so this is important here. Engi Pararupam. आत् उपसर्गात् एङि धातौ पूर्वपरयोः एकपररूपम्. So this is note that this is coming as an apavada for वृद्धिरेचि वृद्धि संधि अपवाद. उदाहरणमस्ति अत्र प्र प्लस एजते. If you take pra as upasarga and ejate as the dhatu kriyapadam. So अत्र किं भवति प्रेजते इति रूपं भवति. Not actually it should become प्राइजते. वृद्धिरेचि किं वदति अकारः अस्ति एकारः अस्ति अथवा मत प्लस ऐक्यम् अस्ति एक प्लस एकम् अस्ति एकैकं तथा प्राइजते भवेत् परन्तु न भवति तथा प्रेजते इति रूपम् अस्ति प्रयोगेषु इति तस्य प्रयोग साधनार्थम अत्र प्रेजते इति प्रयोगः अस्ति तस्य रूपसिद्धि कथं भवति. So to do that the additional sutra is composed by Panini. Engi Pararupam, but Engi Pararupam has additional, it needs this additional anuvrutti upasargat akarat at upasargat. At upasargat means the upasarga should be ending in a and dhatu should be starting with, kriyapadam or dhatu should be starting with a or o. In this case, vruddhirechi doesn't work तस्य स्थाने एङि पररूपम् अस्य सूत्रस्य प्रसक्तिः भवति. So उदाहरणं प्रएजते, प्रओषति, प्रोषति. This is वृद्धि वृद्धिरेचि अपवाद.
This is only for pra upasarga.
No, any akar starting with sorry, ending in
Para also.
para also. Then one second. While I'm looking for something, somebody can explain the next one, 6189. Ete thatyutsu. You want to take up that?
When you have upasarga in the purva sthane, parasthane, tat upadesh upasargera.
No, first let's try to break down the sutram first. Okay. Sutram किम् अस्ति?
Eti edati otsu.
Eti edati otsu.
Eti edhati utsu. So this is a slightly complicated sutra. So when you look at this 6189, so this is actually coming just to simple to remember is this ete tyutsu. Let's take example here. Udaharanam upa plus eti. Right? Eti iti kriyapadam asti. Upa plus eti. What should be the rupam? A plus A. Eka.
I.
So upa plus eti tasya rupam kim bhavet? Upa iti. Asti atra. So this is samichinam asti rupam atra. So however, so Vruddhirechi was enough here. Vruddhirechi should be, with Vruddhirechi this is possible. However, what happens is Vruddhirechi and then there is a Yengi Pararupam saying that there is a Upasarga ending in A, which is applicable here, Upa, right? Upa is Upasarga ending in A, and the Vruddhirechi, sorry, Yengi Pararupam saying that the Kriyapadam later or the Dhatu starting should be A or O. Now in this case, it is starting with Eti. Eti is a Kriyapadam starting with A here. So in this case, this Yengi Pararupam comes into picture because this is overriding the Vruddhirechi. Atra Vruddhirechi ityasya apavada bhavati Yengi Pararupam pra plus A. So similarly, Upa plus Eti, because Yengi Pararupam adati Pararupam eva adesha bhavati iti prejate tathaiva atrapi upeti bhavet. Upeti. Varantu tatha nasti prayogi. Upaiti asti. Upaiti eva. So to apavada for this, Yengi Pararupam to negate this, then because otherwise this condition is being satisfied here, but we don't want to get this prejate type, upeti type. So we want upaiti. So again to negate this, it is saying a specific condition here. Eti edhati utsu. Utsu, let's keep that aside. We'll take it to some other time later. But two specific things, eti and edhati, means starting with a. Actually, this is in. There is a in iti dhatu asti. Anantaram eti bhavati. So this is starting with a, right? Whatever is the starting with a and edhati. Edhati is a dhatu. Edhati means vardhate. So in these two cases, and the upasarga is ending in a, like upa, then it becomes upaiti, not upeti, or not upedhate, upaidhate. So these are the specific conditions talking about these two conditions only, eti and edhati. Example. So otherwise, we should not be too much concerned about it, because upaiti, upaidhate, where we use, you should know the proper form is upaiti, not upeti. Now the other one here, the next one, utposhthayoho samaseva. So what does this mean? Here also specific examples are taken here, specific instances. For example, otu, oshtha, two words are taken up here. These are again samaseva. So starting letter a, and suppose we add oshtha, like we have bimba plus oshtha, right? Bimba plus, like maha plus oshati, like bimba plus oshtha. What it should be? Ruddhirechi, as per Ruddhirechi.
Bimbaushti.
So bimbaushti is shown here. Bimbaushti, right? So bimbaushti asti atra, as per the Ruddhirechi. Parantu, what this one is saying, samase, samasta pade, va, means vikalpaha, vikalpena, kim bhavati, ekara okarayoho, ekadesha bhavati. Au doesn't come, instead of that, o comes here. Oshtha. So bimboshthi, this a we'll see later. Oshthi, bimboshthi, right? Bimboshthi, bimboshthi or bimbaushthi, both the forms are there in this example, when there is a akara and oshtha being in the samasta padam. Samasta padam is compound word, like Ramayanam, Devalaya, these are samasta padam, compound words. So if there is a compound word like that, not two separate words, tada purva varna akara anantaram para uttara padam atra, not only ukara, uttara padame oshtha asti chet samasta pade bimbaushti atva bimbaushti bhavati. Now counter example, when this is not applicable, example is tava plus oshtha. This is not a samasta padam. Tava is a separate word, oshtha is a separate word. In this case, this akara plus oshtha is not applicable, because the sutra says samase, samasta padam bhavet. Tada tava oshtha eva bhavati, natu tavoshtha, tava oshtha eva bhavati.
Here both are right, bimbosht and bimbosht.
Yes, both are right here. As per this sutra, both are right. Bimbaushti is also we find in the prayoga, and bimbaushti is also found in the prayoga, because it is a samastapadam. Okay, then otu examples we'll take later. Otu means bidalaha, marjara.
Mohamed, tava plus oshta, tavausha.
Tavaushtha.
But you have written tavaushtha, tavoshta.
Tavaushtha, not tavoshta, tavav.
Yeah, but it looks like tavoshta. That's not.
No, there are two. How?
Oh,
Wow.
so I know, but it doesn't look okay.
अनन्तरं अनन्तरं किमस्ति?
ओमाङ्गोश्च
उमाङ्गोश्च तस्य अर्थः कः?
Then the purvaksharam is akaram and the
Akara and then
other aksharam is om and ang or ang.
Yeah, so here also some additional sutras needed. Om ang at purvaparayoh ekah pararupam. So what does it say? Udaharanam Shivaya Om, right? Akarah purvarnah. Anantram paravarnah. What should be paravarna? It should be Om. Om not. It is not just the word, right? Sorry, it is not just the varna. It is a word. Om Shivaya Om. So in this case, if this sutra is not there, what will happen here? Shivaya plus Om.
Shivayam.
With what sutra?
Vriddhiraj.
Vriddhiraj. Shivaya Om. But to overriding that, Omangosh comes into picture, then Shivaya plus Om. Shivaya Om. Tathaiva. No, the next udaharanam is Om is simple. Then there is a Ang is there. Om plus Ang. Ang iti kim bhavati?
Upasarga.
Ang. Ang is a upasarga. In that upasarga, nga is not karasya lopa bhavati. Kevala a, like agacchati. There also, there is actually ang there. Agacchati. Ang means, this is like, again, remember, this is a grammatical construction. There is nothing, it is an artificial science, right? Vyakaranam. So, ang plus, as per Paniniyas Vyakaranam, there is ang there. A plus gacchati, agacchati. So, there, in that, ang plus gacchati asti, and then in the prakriya, nakarasya lopaha, and then agacchati bhavati. So, a upasarga, why is putting nga? There are reasons, because he has to support other sutras in the Ashtadhyayi. For that, this nga is needed there. So, ang plus gacchati agacchati. That is one example. A upasarga asti. Atra udaharanam asya sutrasya prasaktehe udaharanam. Adya plus odha. Atrapi vruddhirechi sutrat kim bhavati adya plus odha. Odha A plus O.
Adyauda.
Adyaudha. Maha plus Oshadi tathaiva. Parantu atra Odha atra A iti upasargah asti tatra. Ang. So if you actually Odha is like Agataha. Agataha asti tatra A plus Gata. So, similarly atra Udha. Udha means Vaha dhatu asti tasya Udha bhavati. Vahati tasya Udha iti krantarupam. Udha. Udha ityukte Nita iti. Parinita. Udha. Odha. A plus Udha. Odha bhavati. So Adya plus Odha. Adyodha iti Omangoscha. Ang iti upasarga asti, because A is already hidden there. and then tathaiva shiva plus ehi atrapi ehi atra in dhatu asti tatrapi lot lakarasya madhyama purusha ehi iti asti udaharanam shiva he shiva iti sambodhanam ehi अत्रापि आ प्लस आ इति उपसर्गः इहि इति लोट लकारस्य मध्यम पुरुषे एकवचनम् एहि इति. So again here शिव एहि शिवैहि भवेत् परन्तु शिवेहि इति अस्ति शिवेहि ओमाङ्गस्य. अन्यथा अद्यागच्छति actually सवर्ण दीर्घ संधि भवेत् परन्तु technically we are going to apply ओमाङ्गस्य, but keeping this अद्यागच्छति aside unnecessarily. So here last time, so there was another alternate possible, right? Suresh Mohdaya, you said Shiva plus A plus Ihi. Atra kim bhavati?
Shiva yoga melanam krutva ihi yoga karta.
So this is one possibility, right? So we have here Shiva plus Ehi, in that there is a sorry. Shiva plus Ehi, there is a plus Ihi. Iti asti. Idanim Shiva plus, this is Ehi, A, Omangoschaiti karyam asti karanat, Shivehi bhavati. Parantu, Mahodaya is saying that A plus A can be done first, right? Savana dirgha. Is that right?
This is a possibility. Same for Oda also, we can do the same.
Yeah. Adya Odha. Tatrapi Adya plus Odha bhavitum arhati. Odha bhavati. Now A plus A again, A Adya plus Odha. Right. Evam bhavitum arhati. Now idanim sutram kim bhavati? Shiva plus Ihi, A plus I.
Gunasandhi.
Gunasandhi. Ad gunat. Shivehi. Atrapi O. Right? Everybody agree?
महोदय.
इति अपि रूपसिद्धिं कर्तुं शक्यते, परन्तु एवं is not a desired way, not the desired proper way to do it, because always this akara coming as a upasarga to kriya suchak padam asti udha iti atra kriya padam eva tinganta padam. So first the interaction happens between the upasarga and its associated verb or the kriya padam or the kriya suchak padam atra kridanta padam. So this is called something called antaranga karyam. So this will happen first technically, and then it should go with the the interaction happens with the other one, external components. So antaranga karyam first, purvam anantaram bahiranga karyam iti samanya niyamah. Otherwise this omangoscha was not necessary here. You can just use this savana dirgha or guna and then continue. Because of this antaranga karyam prathama bhavati karanat, then omangoscha has been created. Okay.
Mahoday, I did not get the. Sorry, I missed it. Udha is what the vowel? Sorry, kriya pada verb. What is the meaning?
Udha means carried.
Okay.
Vahati, vahati. Saha bharam, manushyaha bharam vahati. Pipilika bharam vahati. So like that, vahati udha. But udha generally, if it is strilinga here, it generally means parinita. It's like a she's carried means what? She's somebody.
Udhane.
No.
Udhane Marathi.
Yeah, Udhane. But Mahila Udha means generally she is married. Idanim Sandhi. Not start a new. It will be late. Is everything clear so far, Lakshmikant Modaya? Any question? Anybody?
Very nicely clear, and thank you. Because I didn't think that time.
Idanim, so there are few other exceptions and all small the specific conditions which will not go on discussing each one of them here, but if anybody is interested, you can look up, you can study the books like Lagu Siddhanta Kaumudi or Siddhanta Kaumudi, etc. So one more. So the next one I think we should be going into Hal Sandhi or Vyanjana Sandhi. Idanim At Sandhi jata. Basically, what are the types of Sandhi? Sandhi ityukte kim? What is Sandhi?
Two words coming together to create other words.
That is samasa. Sandhi kaha?
Two vowels. No.
And the proximity of the sounds of two words are similar. Then we join them together for the flow. And it can also be within a word or within two words.
Yeah. So, right. Two varna is important here. Two varna generally coming together. Generally, this is there are exceptions again. The general definition अस्ति किं
उच्चारणे वर्णद्वयं समीपे आगच्छति
चेत् तदा उच्चारणे परिवर्तनं भवति इति सामान्यनियमः. सन्धिः इत्युच्यते. किं भवेत्? तत्र संहिता भवेत्. संहिता सन्निकर्षः भवेत्. संहिता मीन्स् परसन्निकर्षः, मीन्स् एक्स्ट्रीम् क्लोज्नेस्. परसन्निकर्षः द्वयोः वर्णयोः मध्ये. Extreme sannikarša. This is just a subjective, qualitative definition, right? How much, by definition, is not exactly defined. How much close the two varnas should be. However, some Granthakara says like it should be less than half matra. Half matra. Now, I hope everybody knows what is a matra.
Is it 1/4 of a second?
Ucharana kala.
Ucharana kala. Lakshmikant, 1/4 of what?
Of ucharana.
Which ucharana?
Like a Vyanjana ucharana.
Rasva varna.
Rasva varna. So here also, if you notice, matra kala ityuchyate, but again there is no definitive like measurement, right? Like we don't find hrasva akarasya udaharanam hrasva akarasya uchcharanakalah ekamatra kalah iti. What is hrasva? I can say but with the bhasha, because yeah, we can exactly measure and say it, but yeah, some people have measured comes to around like half a second or slightly less than half a second or 0.6 seconds, something like that, one matra kala. Generally by practice everybody is talking using the bhasha prayoge asti sarve janante eva akarasya uchcharanam katham bhavati iti. If you want to drag it and to say vikarah bhavitumarhati, parantu samanyatah like this ekamatra kala iti. So idanim परसन्निकर्षः संहिता इत्युक्ते सन्धि भवितुं कालः अपेक्षितः कियान् अस्ति अर्धमात्रकालात् अल्पः अल्पतः भवेत्. कथं स्वटि अर्धमात्रकाल अकारस्य उच्चारणकाले एकमात्रकालः इति चिन्तयामश्चेत् तस्यापि अर्धमात्रकाल न अर्धमात्रकाल उदाहरणम् अत्र एषः वर्णः कः अस्ति? What is this varna?
Kakara.
Kakara. So how do you say just this varna, not with kara?
Ka.
Ka. So when we say ka, so actually Vyanjana by definition स्वयं उच्चारणं नार्हति. तत्र
अन्वग् भवति व्यञ्जनम्
अन्वग् भवति व्यञ्जनं व्यञ्जनस्य उच्चारणं न शक्यते एव. तत्र अकारः अथवा कश्चित् स्वरस्य योजनं भवेत् एव, तर्हि एव बहिः आगच्छति उच्चारणकाले. मुखादिः आगन्तुं कस्यचित् स्वरस्य योजनम् आवश्यकं भवति. तर्हि केवलं किमपि प्रयत्नं करोतु, कथञ्चित् प्रयत्नं प्रभवामश्चेत् प्रयत्नं कर्तुं प्रभवामः, तथापि उच्चारणं न भवितुमर्हति ककारस्य, केवलं ककारस्य. तत्रापि बहु अल्पकाल अकारस्य योजनमस्त्येव तत्र क इति. सैव, so now when we say k, however short, that short k we are trying to pronounce, that is actually taken as a ardhamatra kala. That ardhamatra kala of there is added when we are trying to say just k. That we can generally assume that ardhamatra. Actually there is a granteshu tatha uchyatepi. When we try to say just k, shiksha granteshu k iti yada uchcharanam kevalam kakarasya कस्यचित् व्यञ्जनस्य उच्चारणं कर्तुं प्रभवामः, तत्र अर्धमात्रा कालस्य व्यञ्जन स्वरस्य योजनं भवति क इति प इति. So even less or equal to half matra kala should is that is a parasannikarsha samhita, that we can assume in general. Now sandhi iti, what are the different types of sandhis?
Vowel, consonant,
Sandhi and Vyanjana Sandhi.
Swara Sandhi and
Guna Sandhi, Vritti Sandhi, Vyanjana Sandhi.
So those are the again subtypes you can say. But overall, again we will have to think in terms of prayoge katham bhavati, when we, in what conditions there is a change in the uccharanam or the varna. We have to think whether it could be Vyanjana varna or it could be Swara varna. In either case, would there be a change? What are the, we have seen, like we have read, all of us, we have read, hopefully, right, many shlokas, Sanskrit shlokas, Bhagavad Gita shlokas and stotras, and there you find तेषामत्र उच्चारणे विकृतिः अथवा विकारः परिवर्तनं तत्र श्रूयते वा दृश्यते कुत्र कुत्र दृश्यते यथा कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन इत्यपि दृश्यते तत् कर्मणि एव कर्मण्येव अभवत् तत्र पूर्वपदं तस्य अन्तिमवर्णः कर्मणि इति इकारः अस्ति अनन्तरम् एव इति अग्रे एकारः अस्ति तत्र तयोः स्थाने किम् अभवत् कर्मण्येव यकारः आगमत् तत्र इकारस्य स्थाने इति वयं जानीमः so that is one type or one vikara we are seeing. Then similarly we have seen this guru upadesha, all this. So swara plus swara melanena tatra kim bhavati swara sandhi ityuchyate. Generally we can classify like this. So though Panini Ashtadhyayi doesn't specifically name them like swara sandhi, hal sandhi, but kaumudi karaha kaumudi grantha anantaram anne prakriya grantha, they divide this sandhis into certain broad types first, swara sandhi and vyanjana sandhi, and then there is also visarga sandhi. Divide. Prakriya means like prakriya, did I mention prakriya grantha? Prakriya granthas are, see, Ashtadhyayi, how many sutras are there? 8 chapters. Pratyekasmin adhyaye Padachatuštayam, total 12 chapters, and total about 4,000 sutras are there in the Ashtadhyayi. Now these sutras are broadly follows certain like categories, like in some parts Taditanta, in some parts some adhyaya there is Krutanta, some adhyaya there are Tinganta formation, Ajanta formation. These are like broadly, but these are arranged based on the Anurutti and exceptions. They are all taking care. Panini has tried to put them in that order and put them into those chapters. However, so if we follow this Ashtadhyayi, like start from Sutra number 1, what is Sutra number Vruddhira, right? Start from then, the next one is Adgunaha, and start, and this is one way of studying. And this is how that it was used to study before. People used to study it before. Start from Sutra 1 and go sequentially, one by one. However, that became that way approach of study became difficult for non-Sanskrit students whose language is not primarily Sanskrit, or over a period of time, not even in today's. We are not talking about today's situation. This is like a 14th century, 12th century, 15th century, like that time. Even that time, studying this in this order, Ashtadhyayi order, became difficult, it seems. So the other way is that Kaumudi. So that's why the Siddhanta Kaumudi was written, or at least it became famous, popular, Siddhanta Kaumudi, and then the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. So there where the Ashtadhyayi Sutra order is changed. The order is changed. All the sutras are there in the Siddhanta Kaumudi also, but the order is changed. 4,000 are there, but the order is changed. So now here, what chapter, what subject we are trying to study? For example, atra Sandhi asti, atva Samasa asti, atva Ajanta Padanam Rupasiddhi, Tinganta Padana Rupasiddhi, Krudanta Padana Rupasiddhi. So these are made into their own chapters. And see, for example, we are looking at this sutra right here. Saying Pararupam. If you look at the Aruddhirechi, by just looking at Aruddhirechi, we don't understand what is Aruddhirechi. For this, we require the Anurutti Sahita Purna Sutram Kim Asti? What are the helping sutra? Because we need Ad from here, right? How do you know Ad? Ad has to come from here. If we are following the Ashtadhyayi order, then it would have been naturally we would have known that because Ad is coming before, then it will follow. Because Paniniya Ashtadhyayi also, there is a way to know what should be carried over to the next one. There is a way. So if you had followed that, it would have been naturally like that. But this Siddhanta Kaumudi changes it. Now, in this case, it is Adguna Buddhirechi, they are in coming like that. But otherwise, in many places, it puts something else first. For example, if you come to Hal Sandhi, there are different like Stoschanashu comes first. Now the Stoschanashu Chutta Sandhi coming first, then suddenly you will feel like you are lost because it needs so many other sutras to support it. And then Siddhanta Kaumudi brings those sutras into picture at that point. So it is like a as needed basis. Sutras are pulled to takes an example of Chutta Sandhi example, and then to support that, to bring that into final form. What are the other sutras required from different parts of Ashtadhyayi? So they are also given there. So to make that example complete. So it is not in order exactly, but we understand how the one example, the Rupa, is formed by studying those sutras at that particular instance. So there are two ways of studying the Sanskrit grammar. So it happened when the Siddhanta Kaumudi became popular. So there are two approaches or two sampradayas. Pratham sampradaya, Ashtadhyayi sampradaya. So they are called, one is Ashtadhyayi sampradaya, other is Siddhanta Kaumudi sampradaya. Now Ashtadhyayi has also its different commentary books. And Siddhanta Kaumudi also has its own commentary books. Like Siddhanta Kaumudi follows its own order. All the sutras are there, but different order. So as per this, there are some commentary, Vyakhyana, Bhasha, Grantha, Santi atra. So Ashtadhyayi also has its own Bhasha, Granthas. So this is one way, one sampradaya of study this, other sampradaya is going to study this in the Bhashas starting with Siddhanta Kaumudi. So now the sampradaya or the Granthas which are following this Ashtadhyayi order of study, they are called Vritti Grantha. Vritti Grantha and Siddhanta Kaumudi Sampradaya and the Bhasha, that set is called Prakriya Grantha. Prakriya means the formation, right? So here emphasis is on Prakriya. In Siddhanta Kaumudi Sampradaya, emphasis is on Prakriya, means what are the steps to derive one particular rupam of a word, the Prakriya. So this follows that approach. Vritti is like Anuvritti, right? You start in sequence. What is the definition of Vritti? First you know all the definitions, then you know all the Paribhasha Sutras, then you know the different Sandhi related sutras. So step by step it goes by Vritti. So that is they are Vritti Granthas on Prakriya. So two different sampradayas are there. So just keep that in mind. So even today also, though Siddhanta Kaumudi is much popular, many people prefer this Ashtadhyayi approach, Vritti, because initially it looks like it is difficult, but once you get a hang of it, then it is much cleaner that we go by sequence, by studying the Sajna Sutras first, right? What are the definitions, and then how they go to the next one. It's much clearer. So at the end of 14 sutras, then as a whole it becomes clear. But here it is like more like Prakriya, like today's internet. So you take one example, how that word is formed, take that Prakriya, Sopanamata. So just keep in mind, so this is also very popular, and in fact it becomes de facto standard for studying Sanskrit grammar. in the later centuries. So Sandhi, this Prakriya Granthas, they divide these Sandhi types into Ach Sandhi, which is Swara Sandhi, and Hal Sandhi, Vyanjana Sandhi. And then there is a Visarga Sandhi also, where the Visarga is getting affected. That they are Visarga Sandhi. 3 main types. Then there are smaller types, but not important today. So in the next class, we'll start studying the Hal Sandhi. Astu, धन्यवादः, नमस्कारः.
धन्यवादः.